Hello and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to be looking at how to keep your room decluttered. A room is a place where I feel like you should be able to go to and get some rest as quickly as possible. But we tend to see one or two things in the room that we want to get rid of so that we can keep that place just nice and calm. So let's go. The first thing I want to talk to you about is pillows. I've seen so many pillows on so many beds and I'm like, how do you sleep? So if I'm going to go to bed and I've got like 8 pillows, so I need to get rid of at least 6 of them because you're only going to sleep with one. You only need one pillow to sleep, right? But if you've got so many on there, you have to first find where to put them because I wouldn't want to put my pillows on the floor. So that means I need to find either a chair or somewhere to put all this clutter. When I'm tired at night, I don't want to first get into the room, figure out where I'm going to put the pillows and then get to bed. That's too much hassle for me. So for me, I would say just keep, you can still keep your bed nice and looking very aesthetically pleasing by having a long pillow. At the most, have 5. So you have one big one, ideally, one that you use just to make it look fancy. And then you can have a silk one, whereby for those of us who like to keep our hair and you want to make sure that if you haven't got your hair bonnet on, maybe you were too tired to buy your hair bonnet and you went to bed, you still be able to keep your hair tidy. That's one, you can have that. And the second one I would have is a long pillow. If you have a long pillow, it makes it look like, yes, you've styled the bed, but you don't have to get rid of so many pillows when you went to sleep. My next thing to talk about will be perfumes. And I have to say, I am guilty as charged. I have way too many bottles that I can't finish as quickly as I would want to. So I would say if you've got loads of bottles and there's some that you do not use, try and give them away. If they're already open and you can't give them away, then start using them. Do not buy another bottle unless you are finished using the ones that you've actually opened. And that is exactly what I have been trying to do for a year. I am still using my perfumes from last year, from God knows when. I am so grateful for anyone who's given me perfumes because it's such a, a very simple but very nice gift to give to someone. If you don't know what to buy someone, my to-go would always be a bottle of perfume. And if you know the kind of scent that person likes, it's amazing. But when you start to accumulate so many of them, you don't actually get to figure out which one are you using, which one goes more with your body scent, which one lasts longer. So I've been trying to figure all of that out in the last year or two, and then just making sure that I don't buy any more so that at the end of the year, when I've finished all the ones I don't really enjoy or maybe didn't last so much, I'm not repurchasing them. And I am not trying out any new perfumes until I've gotten to a stage whereby I've used all the ones that I don't really use or all the ones that are opened at the moment. So try that, because what I find is you get to have a lot of dust on most of them, and to pick them up and use is not always nice when they've got dust all over them. My next thing would be makeup. Us ladies, we like to have makeup, and there's so many in the market at the moment. So one thing I have started looking at is knowing that your makeup is going to expire. Yes, it comes in powder form sometimes, but yes, it does expire. So for me, I only use one concealer at a time, one foundation at a time, and one primer at a time as well. Maybe the setting spray, I might use 2 different ones, one in between makeup and one for my final finish. But honestly, you do not need a whole drawer full of makeup, because how much can you use in a year? If it's going to expire in 12 months, well, the moment you open it, the clock is clicking because you've only got 12 months to go. Some of them are even 6 months. I'm sure if you look at the bottom, some of them are only 6 months. So don't buy too many. Yes, you might want to try out different shadow palettes and stuff. Those ones I am guilty as charged because I am still using the one I have from like 2-3 years ago. I don't have the heart to just chuck them. But you see a dent in the one I use ever so often. Once it finishes, I'll replace it. Maybe might be the exact same one, but you do not need like 10 palettes of makeup, shadows. Only need one mascara. You don't need 10 because they do dry out. They do expire. So if I were you, go through your drawer of makeup. Whatever you haven't used in 12 months, get rid of it. If you've bought a lipstick, you don't like it, you don't reach out for it, you don't use it, get rid of it. Only use the things that you do like, that you enjoy and that looks good on you. My next one is clothes, and at this point I need to cover my face because I am definitely guilty of having too many clothes in my room. But the thing is, I wear them all. So how do we get rid of the ones that you don't wear? So you have to go through a cycle of, if you haven't used something in 2 years, in 3 years, then maybe you don't really enjoy it. If you're saving it for a special occasion, when is this special occasion gonna come? So I would say wear your clothes. Don't just say, I'm gonna save it for this special occasion. If there's an occasion coming, you most likely will go out and buy another one. But nowadays, I would say before you go out and buy anything, look through your wardrobe. Is there something that I've got that can work with this? Is there something I can style differently to make this work? It's always a better place to start than just thinking, oh, there's a new occasion. Let me go off and go and buy something. That's one way of keeping your closet in check. Secondly, you can also make sure that you have like a little basket that, oh, this time I've worn it, but I'm not really sure if I would wear it again. Put it in that basket. Another tip I would also tell you is don't have too many hangers in your wardrobe. You having an hanger in your wardrobe will make you think you've got enough space to buy more clothes and put more clothes into your wardrobe. So let's try and get rid of clothes and making sure that they have a place. Every winter clothes has its own place. Your shoes have its own place. Every kind of item has its own place in your wardrobe, in your room. That will make it a lot more tidy. My next one is going to be skincare. A lot of us tend to use different skincare. You're trying out different ones. You're trying out for eye pigmentation. You want to make your fine lines go away. We all want to look younger. All well and good. All well and good. My tip here is get rid of anything that is not working for you or you're not using. If you're not reaching out for it, again, it has an expiry date. If you look at most of your skincare products, a lot of them have expiry dates on them. So try and use one bottle. If you're using a serum, try and finish that serum before you buy another one. If you're using a face cleanser, try and finish that face cleanser before you buy another one. That's what I tend to do. Yes, I can have 5 products that I'm using at a time, but I use those 5 products every single day. So if you're not using something every day, unless if it's prescribed as maybe once or twice a week, if you're not using it in a week or 2, get rid of it so that you can concentrate on the things that actually works for your skin. So if you're trying too many products out at the same time, even when your skin looks radiant, you might not be able to know which one is actually working. My next one is going to be bed sheet. We have all manner of colors, all manner of designs, which are really, really nice. I like to use different bed sheet. I think it just kind of changes up the room. Some people like to just use white. Whatever takes your fancy is fine. But then having too many and there's nowhere to store them is an issue. So if you've got too many bed sheets going around or lying around, please find somewhere to put them or get rid of the ones that you've been using for the past 5-6 years and that you haven't changed them. Please get rid of them. And also, just a bonus tip here. It's good to wash your bed sheet once a week, not once a month, once every week. Hey, if you're enjoying watching this video, go ahead and give us a like button and actually consider subscribing to my channel. Another thing you can do to keep your room a lot more calm and less cluttered up is to make sure that you have a rule of 1 in, 1 out. So shoes is one of those things that I find there's not always a lot of storage in the room for you to store all your shoes. So what I do, or what I try to do, is to have, when you buy 1 shoe, I try to get rid of 1. Same thing goes for, you can use it for hoodies and all the things I mentioned earlier in terms of makeup. When you buy 1, try and get rid of 1. That way you're not including or putting more in the room than what should actually be there. It's not always going to be practical, but it's a rule that helps a lot. So you're conscious of, I'm going to buy 1 pair of shoe or 2 pair of shoes, and then you're thinking, where am I going to put it? So before you put anything in the room, if you're having that thinking process of, I need to get rid of something before I put this in, it really does help. Bonus tip, our bedrooms get cluttered up quite quietly. It's not something that happens quite dramatically. So I would say it's just about forming habits that keeps it clean. For example, if you wake up in the morning, make an habit to tidy up your bed as quickly as possible. If you have a mail that came in and you didn't want to open it downstairs or in the living area, you've taken it to the room and said, oh, I'll look at this later because it's a bit more private. Make sure that you do before you go to bed. If you've been shopping and you came home and the first thing you do is put the shopping bag in the room, try and make sure that you take it out of the shopping bag, put it where it belongs, and put the shopping bag out of the room. So it's those little habits that would help you to keep your room decluttered. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and see you in the next video.